You now have a link on the syllabus right here, database commands. And if you're finding this video on the web and you don't know how to get there, where it will take you is to this file right here. And let me get you the URL if you are on the web so everybody could have access to it. I'm going to copy that link. Anybody with the link can view it. And then I'll go to Google short URL. I think they shut the service down or it's shutting down, but done. No more URL, short URL at Google. That's a bummer. Who else has short URLs? Bitly? Anywhere you don't have to create an account? Anybody know? Let's do short URL. And Bitly.
Google shut it down.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't make money. Maybe people aren't using it. They surely have some metrics where it makes sense. Shorten. Why is this not shortening? I put my URL. Get started for free, and you gotta log in. That's lame. Paste link to shorten it. There's my link. Shorten.
They want to keep track of you.
It's annoying. I have to create an account. Anyhow, here's the link. Okay, if you're online. That's a lot to type in, I know, but we'll try to get one shorter for you soon. Okay, so this document has like PostgreSQL. So the more I kind of looked into Cloud Spanner, there's some intricacies and nuances which aren't gonna, some subtleties which will be just a little bit too intense for getting started. So we're gonna step back and just go straight PostgreSQL. Nathan here, we've worked over the last 2 days to get Postgres installed on all these machines. I'm going to show you how to get Postgres installed on your own machines, and we're going to use Postgres. And within 15 minutes here, you're going to see how to recreate the movie rental database using commands at the terminal, of Postgres. We're going to see all that. So the first thing that you need to know, what this video is about, is that there's a tutorial and SQL commands learned. So I've put together this entire outline and I've synthesized like commands which I think just get you up and running. So the book presents stuff like do a query. The database is already built. Just access the data and pull the data out. And I want to show you, I really like kind of the idea of the way we've been building where we did the schema on the board, and we have the video rental database. I want to show you kind of like, it's not that hard to create tables and stuff like that. I want to show you how to create that. Not just like start with data and start querying it, but start creating the data yourself. Start creating the database yourself. And to me, that just logically makes sense. We saw it up here, now let's do it here. That's what we did with Access. We saw it up there, and then we did it in Access. Now we're going to do that with Postgres. So we're going to learn to speak a language. And that language is like a foreign language. And you don't learn to speak a foreign language by listening to other people speak the foreign language. Well, that's part of the way you learn. But you also have to speak it, right? And so I want to get you writing commands and speaking it. So that's the game plan. And so I have everything detailed here, and we'll just start moving through it, and then we'll dovetail that with the book. So part of our assignments will be like, hey, the book has this example. Can we rebuild those tables and then run that query? Instead of like relying on the book to already have the data for us, let's just build it and throw some data in and then run that query. So we'll learn that query too. So we'll kind of be doing those two things in parallel. Awesome. I can see some people in the class have already come up here and are looking at that. That's great. And so right at the very top, and I'll make this big and just put it in the center, right at the very top we have, and part of the process of life is how did the rich woman become successful? You remember the story from Monday? She made the right decisions. How did she learn to make the right, did I tell this story to y'all? Yeah. How did she learn to make the right decisions? By making the wrong decisions, right? And so, like Monday we banged around a little bit. It wasn't as like fast, efficient, on point, but there's some value in kind of like seeing that. But now we've got stuff that's going, which is going to serve us well, I think. So we kind of went a little bit the wrong direction on Monday. That's okay. So also right here you have this tutorial. This is a great tutorial. I really like tutorials point, and it I've created our outline from here. Okay, so I've taken what they've done. Sometimes I've just copied their verbiage straight over to our outline, and sometimes I've modified it. But in most cases, I modified it just to kind of streamline it and show you just what I want you to know. Like there's a few things we'll jump. This is a great tutorial, including there's an overview of PostgreSQL, and then there's also installing Postgres. And so this is like a really nice little thing. If you want to install it at home, you could see for Linux and Unix. You could do it for Windows, and you could also do it for Mac. And it'll take you to this thing right here, Enterprise DB. So you come to Enterprise DB, and you select your version, and then you select your operating system. And I looked at like what Google Cloud, right? If we go to Google Cloud, and we look at Google Cloud, and we'll go to products. And this might be eventually where you go to deploy a database eventually. But I just kind of want to show you one of the ways I thought about the version. And you go to storage, and then you scroll down, and you've got Cloud SQL, which is different than Cloud Spanner, right? So Cloud SQL is going to give you PostgreSQL, which is what we'll be learning, MySQL, right? So you could choose either of those. And then in here somewhere it talks about the version. I think you actually have to go to View Console. And then the version they're running is 9.6. So when you set it up, you see that they're running version 9.6. And so here at this download, you can choose your version. And they've got 9.6.9, 9.6.10, but they also have 10.5, right? And so 10.5, I kind of just figured, well, might as well go with the latest. So I think you all have, did we put 10.5 on or 9? Yeah, you got 10.5 there. The disadvantage of sometimes choosing the most recent one is that maybe it's so recent it isn't totally stable. But I think it's probably fine. So that's what we put on there. I'm running like 9.6.9 because that's what Cloud on my computer, because that's what Google Cloud ran. So I chose that when I put it on. But there probably shouldn't be any difference. So you just download that and install it. You accept all the defaults. Once it's installed, you're going to have a user account of Postgres, a default user account of Postgres, and then you'll put in a password. And so somewhere in here it shows that. But so that's tutorials on point. That's our new outline, and that's our game plan. And then in the next video, we're going to see how to create the video rental database, and then we'll take it from there. The first thing in the next video is I'll get a short URL for those who need that. All right, see you in the next video.